everybody's united. Because they got a peace treaty going, you know?
Yeah, the couple
like
gangs
in war, you know, peace treaty.
Yeah, for real, that's about it.
People got tired of fighting and shit.
When nothing gets done, you know? We get jumped over here one day, next day we come running up there. They get 35 guys on us over here. We come back next day and we get all of us united and come back against them.
Oh shit.
That's maniac.
Good.
Then we got to go back there and get them, and it ain't no good, you know. It's just
before you walk down the hallways and, you know, to be fighting in the hallways and stuff like that. You smacked in the head with the bar and get your sweater taken away and everything. Now everybody can walk through the hall.
You can even eat at each other's restaurants now.
Right, drink with each other, smoke, get high.
We live in the same neighborhood, ain't no sense in, you know, fucking each other off. But there's been times when he's gangbanging with me against Latin Kings, you know? So we'll help each other out, you know. If Latin Kings are getting on these people over here, you know, I'll help them out, you know, because they live in the neighborhood. You know, they don't cause no trouble. That's why we don't fight them, you know. But there's punks in every club, like I said. There's punks in Gaylords, there's punks in Disciples, there's punks in Royals, punks in Rebel. You know, every now and then, you know, there's going to be a little beef. But we try our best, you know, just to keep neutral with each other.
Anybody who grew up on the streets, you know that you just hang out anywhere. You pick a porch that you guys hang out under, and a lot of it had to do with strategy, like where are we less vulnerable? You know, people are going to drive by and shoot us. When you're just standing on a corner,
right,
you're just open game. It's like a duck.
Well, this area back in the day was kind of known for the pretty girls, the laid back lifestyle by the lake too, by the beaches.
This was calm until a few fucking guys moved into the neighborhood and fucked it up. And then you had the migration, the Southern people, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, not a lot of blacks yet.
No.
They were on Howard Street in the jungle.
Oh, yeah.
That was our nemesis over there. We had the Latin Kings and the Howard Street Lords. And since they were from the
Street Lords.
The Howard Street Lords were white.
Okay, they're white.
But they were tight with the Kings. And we fought with them probably every day. And one day, Freddie Coleman, who was also from the TJO neighborhood, he came out. We had a rumble. We used to have these rumbles often where let's meet on this street, and we just get down. And my mother gave me for Christmas a sword cane.
A sword cane.
And you would open it up, and a knife would come out, a big long one. Well, we got in the fight with them, and they ran, and we were running them down, and this guy ran into a hallway, and Freddie stabbed him like 8 times, right? The guy was begging for his life. No, man, don't do it, don't do it. The guy was on his knees, and he
did it, yeah.
and he killed him, and he only got 3 years.
Huh.
He said he fell. He was running, and he fell, and...
Hey, tell me just a tad bit about your days here during the early 1970s with the Colmer Park Pokes, Jake.
Well, I got in late 71 or early 72 through a guy named Little Mick. He got my older brother into it, and I naturally followed, and it was a great time to be in a white street gang. All the white gangs were together at that time. It was a shame to see it go.
That's right. Now, this was the Sixth Corner neighborhood by Milwaukee Avenue, Cicero, and by Irving Park. This area was mainly full of warehouses during that time. If you could see, there's a couple over here, and there's a couple more down the block that way. These homes on this side, which would be the north side of the park, they were not here before. Like if you notice, they're all pitched roof and fairly new constructed. So yeah, but these garages were all tagged out back then, right, by the Pope?
Oh yeah, a lot of spray paint.
And you told me when Lil Mick passed away, you took the remaining ashes and sprinkled them here, right?
Yeah, I took his and his wife's ashes, and he had left a note for someone to in his belongings, and I found them. So I felt obligated to spread it, his and her ashes around.
This whole block was Playboys back then.
Yes.
What years?
From 66 till about 80, 85.
Yeah, that's a good year to put it. Yep. A lot of new properties. Can't barely recognize it at times, right?
Yeah, they put some money into this place.
They sure did.
My dad could have got a couple $1 million for that big ass building.
Hey, what was your dad
2 of
famous
them.
for? Tell me your dad's story. Your dad was a well-known figure.
Yeah, but I don't know much because they would never.
Right. Tell me what you know, though, by now.
All I know is what I heard about something about a burglary or something. I don't know too much. I can't say anything.
He didn't rob a
about
bakery, did he? Man, he robbed a bank.
That. What?
He wasn't he didn't rob a bakery.
No.
No, he robbed the big timers, the banks.
Probably.
Yeah, but all the fences new.
We had no fights here, though, right?
All they had was, well, the Gaylords came up here after us one night, and one of them got shot for their troubles, and that was right down the street.
Some of the popes, they live around here or not really, Jake?
I lived right down the street here at 4032 Laverne.
Laverne.
Moved here in 72.
All right, this house has a lot of significance for you.
Yeah,
Tell me
this is where I
why.
used to live. I put my brother in the front on the first floor. See, it's for rent too.
Yeah, you should get a place here again. Now
I
tell me.
used to live in the back on the top.
All right, now tell me the crazy story back in '77, right here. Yes.
When Mary got killed.
That's right. That was an
He
accident.
came into my house and he asked for $20, and then
The
he
shotgun went off.
accidentally shot her in the head.
All right, now tell me just a tad bit about Joey Leone. He's a well-known fella. We've seen pictures of him online. He was a C-note first and foremost. What section?
Joey, when I met him, he was a C-note.
All right, what section? By Ohio and
He
Levitt?
lived up in North Mayfair, but I thought he was from like the
By Ohio and Levitt, by
Ohio
Grand.
and Levitt.
Yeah.
But I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But he hung around with our members up in the North Mayfair area, and they'd come down by Dickinson or Colmar and hang around with us. It wasn't until he joined, he quit the C-Notes and joined the Gaylords and felt it was okay to come attack us. And he found out it was not. So he got shot right down there.
Down this
End of
alley.
this alley.
And you're Dickinson.
They must have came with 60 or 70 guys.
They're all Gaylords,
On a
some
snowy-
jousters.
On a snowy evening. Oh, the Gaylords had jousters with them.
Had the
All
Playboys,
assorted
too.
Gaylords, probably some Playboys. Anybody who wanted to get in on the action.
Oh yeah, this was a
Came
big
with-
deal because they wanted Joey that bad, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it happened. Yeah, Joey famously left the C-Notes and the Popes, right, to join the Gaylords?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he put the C-Notes and joined the Gaylords.
That's where Birdman lived, right there.
Okay, the middle one.
No, that's for that one.
1121?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
Birdman's house.
Uh-huh. Yeah, where did Dan Hatter live?
He lived in the first red house. Right there.
All right, I see it.
But you see, this is how this place was
Uh-huh.
when I was a kid.
Right.
And then they changed it. It had beautiful restaurants.
You were here for the 66 riots.
Yes.
They started right here.
Right there at the stoplight.
Yeah. What's up, brother? You remember when the school was all tagged up with graffiti? Most of it by you guys.
Here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still there?
I doubt it is. The Ventures all hung out here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember wearing those colors?
Yeah, of course.
So Joey and this guy, Mark Randazzo, they were popes, but they were always with us. They never went to any pope corners. I used to hang out with the Lawrence and Rockwell popes.
The Greek popes.
The Greek popes. I knew Theo and Little Theo and Mo and Dizzy and Peck and all of these old school guys. And I fucking loved my time at Lawrence and Rockwell because summer, hot nights, fucking rocks everywhere, and the Gaylords, everybody would come by and they'd throw rocks at the car and we'd fight and we'd get shot at. Yeah. It was the Wild West. Whacker was a strange character. He's the one I told you who turned SD in prison, and he was with Augie. Yeah. He grew up in the TJO area, and everybody knew him as a TJO, but he was never a TJO. He knew them all, they respected each other, but there was a lot of fucking heat and rift between them. So I met Whacker that day, and right away we went up, and it's all after a fight. The adrenaline is flowing. Everyone's saying, yeah, man, Whacker. You could feel the awe and the atmosphere when he walked in. He was about 6'4" and probably weighed 130 pounds. He was fucking skinny and had fucked up tattoos, and he had a bad attitude. And you know, the toughest guys, they kind of talk with their fucking chest. The fuck that motherfucker wanna fuck his ass up. Fight over anything, anytime, anywhere, and most of it meant fucking zero. So he tells me, get in the car, shorty. And I jumped in the car. It was Whacker, Giggs, and Snagger. Snagger was from TJO neighborhood too, but he wasn't really, he was just one of those guys that hung around. He owned a car, he was an auto mechanic. Him and his brothers kind of had their life together, but he was from the neighborhood. We got in that car, and that was my formal education. We drove from neighborhood to neighborhood fighting. We went from one place to another. We went every corner we could. In Whacker, we'd drive by a corner and we'd see 6 dudes out on the corner. He'd say, Snagger, pull over. Pull over, say, Shorty, get out of the fucking car. Go over there and stand on the corner and just start looking at them. And just start looking at them. When they ask you what the fuck is up, he said, you'll see me coming around the corner. Yeah. And I just walk. I remember the first place we did it was on Foster, a couple of blocks east of Western. And there were these guys standing out there, and I remember I'm just standing there, I'm fucking scared. Because these are all dudes that are 16, 17, and I'm out there, and I'm just standing there like this, and bangers can identify each other. You got the clothes, you got the strut, you got the walk. We acted like another species. And I'm standing there, I'm thinking, when are these motherfuckers coming, or did they just set me up? And right around the corner behind these guys come the 3 of them with fucking baseball bats. And they get about 5 feet away and they start representing and just fucking slamming them, fucking beating them. And we just thumped right there on the corner, ran back to the car, got in the car, talked shit, and lived on that adrenaline to the next corner and the next corner. And we did that all night until we got back to Sen. And there was this area where they hung out at Sen, a food place. As soon as we walked in, the owner said to Whacker, man, you guys got to be careful. Those spics that are over, you know, back then they called Hispanic spics, and it was just a way of speaking. Yeah. And I believe the word spic's origin is no speak English. Oh. And so they said, oh, the fucking spic. Oh, right. So he goes, man, those guys they've been here sitting, they're looking for something. And a few days before that, Whacker had a beef with someone. So as soon as we came in, they left, and we walked out right away, and a car pulled up. I was walking across the street, and a car pulled up, and the guy just pointed the gun right in my face. It was right here. Yeah. Whacker came running from the side with a knife and threw it right at the guy. And the guy turned and he shot Whacker in the arm. And Whacker and Giggs still chased that car for half a block after getting shot. And I said, man, he just shot you. And he goes, fuck that motherfucker. I think he only had 1 bullet. He didn't shoot again. And they were downed.
He burned into the old post. Junior Popes. Joey. Currently by Elston and Kilpatrick, the last known location where Larkin took his last breaths. This is the alley. They say that he passed away right by that gray siding house, 4872 Kilpatrick. So they were going over to Joey Leone's house with his brother-in-law. What was Larkin's?
Larkin was with
Raja.
was with Arnold Brazu.
That's right, with Brazu. They were going to Joey Leone's house when they encountered the two little Gaylords, like 14 and 15, I believe.
There was like 3 Gaylords in Chertsey, and they were under. Well, when Larkin was chasing them, they ran right to Leone's house, but not before firing the gun a couple of times.
A couple of times, and they got him on the main street by Kilpatrick. That makes sense. It's not too deep into this alley.
He probably would have made it if he had both of his own lungs. He was shy of a lung anyway, and couldn't survive.
What was going on with his lung?
Well, he had gotten it sliced open in Uptown.
During a fight, or?
Yeah, trying to bail Mick out of some trouble. Mick got him in there, and he got sliced up and wound up going to Masonic, I think it was.
All these
Memories keep coming
yuppies.
back. Yeah, the yuppies, right?
Yep.
That's a big factor why the neighborhood was changing. It's not because of the Ricans or...
No, but they bought them out, so it was good.
The yuppies came in and made it happen.
I live here, and it's like on this side of 26th Street. And when somebody like Mexican moves in, all the neighbors get together and down the block, For real, that's what it's like over here. And
Right away, my parents, oh man, all the Mexicans are moving. Let's get space, So we moved down about 10 blocks.
Half the block is owned by this one dude named D. And D, he kind of goes around and buys up all these buildings, and he ain't gonna rent to no black people, because the first thing he told us when we come around to look at the apartment was not to worry about the niggers, because he owns half the block.
Back in the day, sometimes these kids would be afraid to play out here because the opposing gangs would be driving by shooting. These guys were bent on taking away our culture and making us become what they were, and we weren't going to do it. So we're fighting for our own culture, for our own pride.
Basically, we were just trying to hold down our ground, our neighborhood. Yeah, we did have a lot of problems with the Puerto Rican gangs, but we weren't against the Puerto Rican community as a whole. Actually, we respected them, but they had a lot of gangs within them that we fought against.
It's like a completely different demographic, Their values were different and everything else. It was because how they were raised, They could come from up here from Puerto Rico, get off the boat here, and a lot of them, because they got here, they didn't have jobs or anything, they signed up for welfare right away, and next thing you know, we looked at them as a bunch of welfare bums, and that was the problem.
We had a large hood. A lot of other people had smaller hoods and people next to them. We had the Howard Street Greasers on Howard and
We got
Clark.
to talk about those guys too. They didn't exist for too long, but they made a lot of noise.
They made a lot of noise. They were a bunch of dudes that were cool at the time. Greasers, a lot of tall.
Yeah, now we're talking like
dudes.
71, 72.
Yeah, we're talking the early 70s.
Yep.
Don Perry, Dago, he lived right over there, a couple houses down, and we all knew each other. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and at that time, the neighborhood was basically white.
Yes.
It was basically a white neighborhood, and that's why we didn't have any blacks or Hispanics in the gang. And the first Hispanics that joined, they weren't hood Hispanics from like Humboldt Park. They just kind of blended in. A couple black guys blended in. It was a different culture back then. I don't really think that there's a prejudice. Like, we fought with the Hispanics because it was something to do. Gangbangers just want to fight with everybody.
Right.
That's all you want to do. You want fucking adrenaline, and so you just fight.
Now, I was playing...
we'll take Walcott down, come on.
I was playing basketball here, and his guys came to jump me.
Yeah, who?
And Puerto Ricans, the Kings.
No, the Kings did.
And I turned my head at the last second, and I seen a baseball bat coming at me, and I scrooched down and went over my head. I jumped over the fence that was here, which was bigger.
Yeah.
And then... that little fence right there.
Yeah.
I used to run and just jump over it, and I made it home.
And the way we were surrounded in by all the Spanish-oriented street gangs, I've had friends that have been shot over there. Little Buzz was shot in the alley behind you. Little Lord was shot over here, farther down the block. I had a friend who was beat right here, and he's paralyzed for the rest of his life.
He's one of my best friends in the whole wide world. I knew him since I was 9 years old, and he died. And the ironic part was where he was shot 2 months earlier, I was stabbed in the heart. I was just fresh out of the hospital. I still was wrapped up in Band-Aids. And I got stabbed in the aorta on that corner. He got shot on the aorta in that corner. I lived, he died. And you know, sometimes I think maybe I was the one who was supposed to die. But then I look at my kids and I look at my wife and I think that maybe I'm the one that was supposed to survive, or maybe he would want me to survive and move on. But it lays heavy on my head a lot.
Right across the street was a guy who was chasing Raymond O'Neal.
Ray O'Neal, a well-known figure.
Fence. I flung it through the air. It went this way, it went that way, and it whacked the guy in the back of the head, and he stopped chasing Raymond.
You got a funny Raymond story. Not too funny, but it's funny. Because what did Ray O'Neal do? One day in Wells High School. Yeah, but tell the story from the beginning.
Cars.
Okay, now
that's all we were doing, sketching cars.
And what about the big fight with the 50 guys that came up?
Oh, that's on the corner.
That's on the corner coming up?
Yeah. They all came out of that school.
50 Puerto Ricans, right?
Yeah, and I could see them coming, but I only seen like maybe about 20, and then all of a sudden I think there was about 50 of them.
Well, as soon as they showed up, man, he ran away quick, right?
Yeah. And they came all the way and circled me. I'll show you where.
All right, sure thing.
Right here, right by that white car, and that white car right in the middle, that's where the Puerto Rican tried to kill me.
Why did they try to kill you?
Because I was white.
No, because you're a playboy.
Well, that's another reason. And because I'm white and I'll stand up for myself.
This is where 14-year-old spy fell to his death. He was shot in the head, the back of the head, and died instantly. There's still some roses here that somebody left. This was a big spot that people used to come to and reflect on his death, because you know he was so young and it hit the young guys really hard, especially myself because I was right next to him when he was killed.
Shout to gangbang city cypher, King Killer, bitch, come and get it out here, Rondell, fucking rap, bitch.
Get you son, nigga. Dude's crazy, nigga. 43rd Street, baby.
Come get it, nigga. You know where the fuck I be, nigga. Don't run from that 40, nigga. Don't run from that 40, nigga. I'm gonna shoot one of you bitches in your face, nigga.
What's up, bitch? Where the fuck we at, nigga? All out here, bitch. We're at Bryn Mawr, bitch. Come through, whole King Killer, bitch. We all through this shit, nigga. Boy, your mouth.
Tell them like who y'all is, man. What y'all is.
Man, we the Young Lords. We originated from the Gay Lords. You know, Sunnyside and Magnolia. My pops was the chief of the Gay Lords. You know, I was born on 7/12, so I was blessed into this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Old Gay Lord. This is an old school Gay Lord. You know, from back in the day.
Oh
He
yeah.
almost 70 years old, so I had to bring one of the old schools over here with me. You feel me?
But is it true that the Gay Lords started off as a racist gang?
No. Well, let me speak for that. First before the Gay Lords, it was, what was before the Gay Lords? The Wilson Boys. They was with that KKK shit, you know. My pops, he was the chief of this hood, so he was with, you know, he wasn't with that race shit. We had mixed lords over here. We had Indian, we had Cambodian, we had the first black Gay Lord, his name was Gay Lord Joe, Black Joe. That was the first black Gay Lord in Uptown, Southside, Magnolia.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So your pops is Jimmy Dyke?
Jimmy Dyke, yup.
Man, tell us what he was for the hood, man. What type of person he was.
He was a legend, man. He fed everyone. Hold on, let me speak. Let me speak right now. He fed everyone. He took care of everyone. Made sure no one starved. He was a legend, man. I could talk about it because he passed. He was a kilo man. That nigga had Typhoons, Corvettes, motorcycles, machine guns before all these niggas had all that shit. He was the man back in the day. That was the kilo man. That nigga had buckets of gold and everything. That was a real legend. Rest in peace to my pops. That was a real Gay Lord.
For sure.
Most of these Gay Lords, they ran away when shit happened. When my pops got locked up, they ran away. But one thing about me, I ain't going nowhere, and ain't no one gonna chase me and make me run away from nowhere. This is my hood, and this will always be my hood. Sunnyside and Magnolia till I die.
Okay. How y'all feel about people clowning y'all for y'all name, basically?
Man, they can say what they want to say. Like I said, the Gaylord was tapping that ass back in the day. Shit, they was beating that ass, busting heads open, everything. So you can say what you want to say, you know.
Like, is there any black young lords or nah?
Oh yeah, there is. There's plenty of them. If y'all check out my music videos, everyone that's in my music videos is a young lord. I'm white. If you don't know me, you would think I'm white. My mom's black and Puerto Rican. My dad was Italian. I'm black, Puerto Rican, and Italian.
For sure.
Yep. I ain't got that Puerto Rican flag for nothing. Look. My dad put in too much work in this neighborhood for anyone to tell me I could never walk over here. I ain't never go nowhere, and I ain't never going nowhere.
That's what's up.
But we ain't with that racist shit, though.
What's up? My name's Alfred. Used to be called White Lord, White C, from the south side of Chicago. Grew up a vice lord, conservative. 43 years old right now. Just got out the feds of Phoenix, FCI, and out of prison in Illinois.
We're going to talk about, what it was like for you growing up on the south side of Chicago. What's it like for a white dude growing up over there?
It's rough. There ain't many white people over there. I seen a few of them that was raised over there. They were opposition gang members, but it was rough not being accepted by black people over there that didn't know you. Even the people that did know you, faked it on you sometimes. It was just dangerous.
Why'd you guys end up living in that neighborhood?
I was born and raised over there. My family been there since the 50s. It used to be an all-white neighborhood, Polacks, which is Polish people, and Puerto Ricans. And then it flipped over in like 1973 before I was born. And the rent's cheap over there, houses, everything.
So, when there's young kids in Chicago, do they glamorize these gangs?
Definitely, all day, every day. You can't, I don't believe you can find one person that ain't claiming a mob. I ain't gonna say organization because it ain't no organization no more. Ain't nothing organized anymore in Chicago. Them days are over with.
Tell the people what gang you were in.
I was a conservative vice lord.
Conservative vice lord. How does a white dude get involved as a conservative vice lord?
I was born and raised right in the block, right in the hood, where on the south side of Chicago, 56 and Damon. I'm actually plugged in from the next block over on 55th, but just put my heart and soul into it, man. I could have claimed anything else, but it was just, they were there at the time,
Being white, were you accepted by the homies in the neighborhood?
I was accepted by, that I know of, yeah. Growing up, yeah. There's still people over there now, younger generation, that look at me crazy, think I'm the police, or don't know history, Don't know about the first white people to ever become vice lords, because now vice lord, all the black gangs in Chicago is multi-race now. Mexicans, blacks, whites, you know what I mean?
I noticed that you had a couple comments on the Instagram post, and I think you said something like, I ain't no Slim Jesus, and you said on stone. Now,
yeah, on stone.
From what I understand, that's a Peace Stone Ranger. That's a black Peace Stone term, on stone. Is that correct?
It's black Peace Stone, Titanic Stone. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you guys are part of?
Yeah, I'm Titanic. On stone,
okay.
I'm Titanic. Stone for Saturday night, so short. Yeah, it's a lot of funny stuff that goes on. It's a lot of funny shit, bro. I'll take, it's a lot of jokes, bro, I don't get no fuck. I joke with them back, Ugly motherfucker, whatever, bro, whatever it is, whatever the case be, bro. It don't matter, bro. These are my brothers, bro. Skin color don't determine nothing with me between them.
Mm-hmm.
And it never will, ever, period. So it's a group. If it's a group full of white kids and a black person in their group, how are we supposed to treat them? The same way, right? You said what, bro?
The same.
Exactly. So that's my answer to that question.
And I'll tell you, I remember the day when I looked at the wall, Farwell and Clark, and somebody took a roller of
Yeah,
paint.
the roller
it was
of
him.
paint.
It was Michael Hodges, and he wasn't really one of us. He was one of those guys that came around, but he had some bad blood in him, and he painted the walls, Simon City Royals and SCR all over the buildings.
Like Farwell and Clark.
Farwell and Clark. Immediately, that neighborhood looked like Uptown.
It did.
Oh man, I was a
just felt
fucking
like
100% street kid, and I remember walking up and I saw it because there was a cop, and some of you guys, if you're from Rogers Park, you'll remember him. If some of you are gay, you'll remember him even more. His name was Officer Newman. Officer Newman, he was a street beat cop. He knew everybody. Officer Newman, you know, he got along with people, and he mixed and blended, and Officer Newman ended up getting arrested having sex with an underage boy in his patrol car on Greenleaf and Ravenswood. And this motherfucker was after me, and I didn't know it. I'm a kid.
Okay,
What do
because
I
he
know?
wanted you like that.
He wanted me. And he would romance me. He picked me up one day and he's cruising around, and he gave me a speech that I got to admit he was right.
Yeah.
He said to me, "Scott, what the fuck are you guys doing?" He picked me up here. It was right here, and he picked me up. We're going for a ride. He goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Okay, you're a gang. This is your hood. Great. Protect your hood. Don't let anybody paint on your walls. You guys don't want to fuck up your own neighborhood. Protect it. Anybody paints on your walls, you give them a fucking beating. That's what a gang is supposed to be." And I sat there and I said, "That's right." And not long after that is when Michael Hodges painted that wall.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you a kind of a sad revelation. A couple months ago, I hid this stuff for many years. I repressed it. I went on to build a life. And whenever anyone would see me or say something, kind of duck my head, because it was a great fucking time. But I did a lot of bad shit, and I'm not proud of it. And I especially the juvenile, delinquent, stupid shit. And my wife heard me talking to somebody, and she said to me, "Wait, the people in your neighborhood didn't like you?" I said, "Oh, they fucking hated us. Everybody fucking hated us." She said, "Oh my God, I thought you guys were like the protectors."
The heroes, yeah.
And I said, "No, they fucking hated us. We made noise, we stole, we vandalized, we caused problems, we graffitied." And when you think about that, how fucking stupid can you be? Go fuck up somebody else's neighborhood.
Right.
Keep yours fucking tight.
Ryan Litzel.
Rare Breed unfortunately doesn't make any money off these videos. Any and every tip is appreciated. Thank you.